What is going on, everyone? This is Andrew O'Connell with Pristine Capital. I am also the Director of Research at Leduc Trading, coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is December 8th, 2020. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content, and I will continue to make it for you. Today we're going to be talking about the price action of the indices, volatility. We're going to go into the sectors and style factors, some of the trades that I took in the Leduc trading room, say that 10 times fast, and then we'll wrap up with some options order flow. But before we jump in, quick risk disclaimer, nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, and last but not least, do not YOLO your entire account into any one of my trades. Let's jump right into it. So today we had S&P 500 up 0.29%. We had the technology-led QQQ up 0.34%. And our big winner today was IWM up 1.28%, the small caps, followed by the Dow Jones, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, up 0.37%. Let's take a look at what happened. So if we look at ES, this is the candle for tonight's futures session. This was the candle from today. This was, another bullish reversal day where, we opened at around 36.81, traded down, almost tagged the monthly value area before reversing and trending up for most of the day. And you can see here we're above the 5-day exponential moving average. We are above the entire monthly value area. And we are just in melt-up mode here. There is nothing bearish about this price action. The market is getting very complacent. I'm seeing nobody's buying puts. Everyone is binging on calls. You look at the positioning data, and pretty much the whole boat is loaded. But that being said, it is tough to be bearish when you just have a melted-up market. So again, my philosophy is when you're in a melt-up market, just be cognizant of how much risk you have on and how many short-term options, things of that nature that can really burn you. But, that being said, you want to continue to play for more upside because no one ever knows when a trend is going to break. So we are going to go to the Qs next. Up 0.34%. Same exact story. Looking very bullish. We have the R1 pivot level here at 312.08, and as of now, it looks like we are getting ready to hit that level. So again, above all key moving averages and above that monthly value area. I'll take a look at IWM on its monster run here. Look at pre-pandemic where IWM was at around 170. Now we're at 190. This is, this market really is something else because most of these companies, they are certainly not earning more than they did pre-pandemic, but the market is front-running everything and pricing in the stimulus and the vaccine. So again, this one looks super-duper bullish. Nothing bearish here. We're above all the key moving averages, so you got to just continue to play for that melt-up. Dow Jones, as I said, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, never outperforms IWM. And here you are, this one is lagging. They're sort of muddling around here, right around the monthly value area high. And this one certainly is not showing relative strength. Let's jump into, we will take a look at the market breadth. Let's take a look. I always like pulling up this heat map. This heat map from Finviz, I love it because it's a very quick and dirty visual representation of the market. And you can see some of these FANG names, are springing to life. So we have Amazon here. Let's see what Amazon is doing. This one is starting to become interesting to me. Yeah, so a little bit of a hammer candle. Amazon has really just been consolidating sideways since July. This one is essentially a coiled spring, and things could change if this holiday shopping season goes off with a bang. So, pretty good breadth today. Let's dig into those sectors and style factors so we can get an even deeper look. So these are all ranked in terms of momentum. we have with the most momentum energy, XLE up 1.49% today. The ARC Genomics Fund took a bit of a break, flat on the day, and the ARC Innovation ETF up 1.23%. This one I buy on all corrections. And you can see here, names that were sort of at the top of the list, like YOLO, the cannabis names, a little bit of a dip here, down 0.3%. On the worst side in terms of momentum, look at all these, they got beaten up. Home builders down 0.89%. We had utilities down 0.3%, and those gold miners just cannot catch a bid, down 0.41%. Solar energy here in the middle. This is another one very interesting. I have a trade on in Plug right now, up 2.02%. I will be watching that sector to see if it springs to life and starts climbing the rankings in this list. Then we also have another noteworthy one, K-Web, up 1.53%. That is another one that is very interesting. Let's pull some of these up. So we have TAN. As you can see here, textbook pullback to the monthly value area high. And now you can see we're bouncing off of that level. We're above the 5-day exponential moving average. K-Web also looks very interesting to me here. You can see we have been consolidating for about a month now, and this one appears to be pushing a bit higher, and it is in contention with the monthly value area high at 77.92. Very interesting, and I will be watching this sector ETF tomorrow. Well, let's take a look at those style factors. We have here top ranked high beta up 0.44%. We have the cyclicals up 0.99%. And then for the laggards, we have the defensives up 0.44% and international momentum up 0.7%. So you can see this is a very bullish day. Even though there are laggards in terms of momentum, every single style factor finished the day green. Now I'll jump into some of the trades that I took and some of the trades or some of the stocks I'll be watching. SPCE. Shout out to Andrew on Twitter. He's the one that asked if I could just, take a look at this one. Let's take a look for him. Okay, an SBC, this one, had a crazy run. It's been running for, a month and change now. It's essentially gone parabolic here. So you can see we passed this R1 pivot level at 3084, but this one is above, all short-term resistance. And let's see, so we had a nice green candle, and then a nice little digestion candle. Something that would be bearish is if you had huge upward price action on high volume, and then the next day, it was a nasty reversal. But you can see the volume has been elevated these past 2 days. Let's actually take a look on the weekly chart. This is certainly not a stock I'm going to be jumping into right now, but it definitely looks pretty bullish. Yeah, and you can see, this is the weekly chart. We are starting to challenge, the previous highs. Like you can see here, the all-time closing high was around $33.98. So we are getting pretty close. So we'll have to see. Yeah, this is not where I'm entering SPCE. Yeah, let's take a look. We have another request from another Twitter follower. Shout out to my Twitter fam. Let's see, which one is it? From Rich Beckman. Andrew, looking at CLNY, if it breaks 5 with conviction, where do the charts say it might run? As always, appreciate your insight. Let's take a look for Rich. So this is another one. Yeah, too. This one is very interesting. So on the weekly chart, you can see Colony Capital. I remember seeing this CEO on Bloomberg when coronavirus was first breaking out, and he was essentially begging for a bailout on TV. Yeah, apparently this one looks like it's starting to reverse, and you can see we just jumped into the yearly value area. So this is getting pretty interesting. If we can maintain these levels, then you could almost target, the upper end of the yearly value area, or at least the point of control. So this one certainly looks interesting on the weekly chart, but you can see this one is sort of in a death march. It peaked peaked at $24.91, and you can see it has been in a consistent downtrend. So in my opinion, there's more compelling, things to trade out there. Well, let's see. Yeah, this one looks pretty parabolic. I would say target, to the upside would be that 549 level. We just took out a VPOC at 4.78, conversion point of control. So yeah, you can certainly, if you're in this one, set a trailing stop. You can always trade against the value area high for the month at $4.41. But yeah, this one is certainly in melt-up mode after a nice break above the monthly value area high. Very interesting. So now let's take a look. We went over some follower requests. Shop is a stock that I was in a 1090-1100 call spread for this Friday. I actually closed that out today for about a 25% gain. I was not sure if Shopify was going to follow through or not, but I rolled that into some long Shopify common stock. Because basically with this trade, by Friday, who knows where it's going to be, if that spread would have been in the money or out of the money. But I do feel pretty good about where Shopify is headed. It has been coiling for the last 4 months. And you can see there's some upward pressure on this stock right now. And this to me looks like it could be accumulation. So this is one that I certainly want to stick with. And I want to target that pivot level at 1179. Let's take a look at another stock that I'm watching. DraftKings. This one was one that we put on in the room today. Anybody that follows me knows I am such an uber bull on DraftKings in the long term. I put out my YouTube video about why I think it's a $100 stock. I've been in it since the teens, and I've been trading around a core position. But I put on options trades in DraftKings, quite frequently, in addition to my core position. So here, this was a pretty unique trade, where as we were going through the day, I could see that Penn had a lot of strength. Look at Penn. And I own Penn as well as a Texas hedge on my DraftKings. I think both of these stocks are awesome, great companies for different reasons. But earlier in the day, Penn had some insane strength. And I was looking at DraftKings, I saw that at one point it was red on the day, and it started to reverse, and I was seeing it forming, this long lower wick. It looked like it was putting in a bit of a hammer. So I jumped into some January 18th 50 strike calls, and I got those for about $4. So now I think they're trading at like $5.25. I was really just targeting the monthly value area high. I thought it might take, a couple days to a couple weeks to get there. This one just went super bullish by the end of the day, and I'll be watching this one for continuation and blue skies ahead above that monthly value area, or I want to see, if this one just hit its target and it's going to fall over. But DraftKings long term is one of my favorite stocks, so I love trading. Now let's see some of the other things that we put on today. IPOF. Shout out to my boy Trevor. Trevor and I, he's one of my favorite people on Twitter. He's been following me really since the start. And we were actually in communication about this one yesterday. So IPOF, with a lot of these SPACs, they're just going absolutely bonkers. Really the idea is you have limited downside, meaning your downside is to $10. So with these, I take a look at, what iPob has done. This is another Chamath SPAC under the Social Capital banner. See iPob, once they announced their acquisition target, this one has had a crazy run from $10 all the way to $25. So I am targeting some of these Chamath SPACs that haven't really gone yet. So I saw this one earlier today. I actually posted this on Twitter yesterday. It's trading for like $10.50. So I was looking at that and I'm like, okay, my downside in this is from $10.50 to $10, which would be like a couple of percent of downside. But my upside, who knows? Maybe this one could go to where iPob went, at $25. So for me, I was like, this is sort of a no-brainer. I definitely want to get some exposure here. I went across the board. And I, went to iPod, I went to IPOC. I just spread around the love with these SPACs. And really the reason I was able to do that And shout out to Here for the Fin. He's another Twitter account you should definitely follow. Really good guy, and he posts a lot of good analysis. I chat with him every so often. And I took a target in MP, and this was the first target I have taken in MP. I've been holding it since about $11 and like 13.80 is my cost basis. Had a pretty big position. I'm very bullish on MP in the long term. Once I saw this one indicated to open around $30, that's like a double, almost triple for me. So I just thought it was prudent, to take some profits. We ended up having a nasty red candle. That's the thing with these SPACs. Be careful because they are great speculative vehicles, but they are so low float, and a lot of times the liquidity, isn't fully there. So what you can have is if one big fish, jumps out of one of these, suddenly it can create, this sort of cascade of selling. So just be cognizant of that. MP, I'm still holding a half to 3/4 of my position, and I'm still bullish, for the long term. But yeah, entered those SPACs. Another one I entered, API. This one, awesome breakout from the monthly value area. Shout out to Christian Fromhertz. This is one of his ideas. And Christian is just, a super brilliant guy, amazing trader. I want to trade like him when I grow up. So shout out to him for, sharing this idea. And this one just looks fantastic. It looks like a nice trend reversal. And you can see, there's a VPOC here at 49.5. And, there's a target here at 47.63. So I like this one. We'll see what happens. My stop is, just below this monthly value area high. Let's take a look. Yeah, that about does it for the trades I placed today and put on. Airbnb is IPOing tomorrow. Or no, it's actually the 10th, so 2 days from now. I will be watching that one. I believe DoorDash might be IPOing tomorrow. I'm not as interested in DoorDash. Last but not least, let's take a look at some of the options, order flow, and then I'll let you guys go for the night. It is getting late. Where is my Cheddarflow? Oh my gosh, ducks. There it is. Here's Cheddarflow. This is my favorite options order flow platform. I am affiliated with Cheddarflow, and I will be posting my affiliate link in the description to this video. Feel free to sign up for a 7-day free trial, but no pressure either way, because I do enjoy sharing this info with you guys for free every night, and I try to get at least one post, the options order flow in a day. Super noteworthy, definitely a character change. 85% call flow compared to 15% put flow. So talk about complacency, talk about everyone being bulled up. We're at the stage where everything is moving so fast that everyone is just binging on calls. Will this end in a 5 to 10% correction? Probably, but for right now, the market is super bullish. Let's take a look. So we have Norwegian Cruise Line. Somebody bought a big put option on that. That must have come in later during the day. Yeah, 3:57 p.m. We have Spotify calls going up for January 15th. Let's take a look at Spotify. This one looks very bullish. If I ever get, any sort of correction or anything, I'll probably jump into this one. Yeah, nice little doji candle today, but someone is playing the long game in Spotify. Actually, not really. This is pretty short term. January 15th. Sorry about that. Yes, they're just going for like a short term options play. I guess they are bullish on it for about the next month. The Tesla bulls are out in full force as always. I see a Pinterest call sweep. That's interesting. Pinterest, one of my favorite digital advertising names. Let's see. Let's take a look at what Pinterest did. I see Disney there as well. Yeah, Pins just continues this grind. You see today it came off about 0.55%. This thing is just riding all his moving averages up, and it is not letting up. It is just constant, accumulation of this thing. Everyone loves it. And then we have here Disney. Let's see what's going on with Disney. stair-stepping higher. It's not super extended, and we're getting a tight little consolidation the past couple days. This is probably not one that I'm going to be playing, but it looks interesting. We'll have to see what happens with this one. That about does it for today's market recap video. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great night and a good trading day tomorrow.